Hello, just out here at the bay, about to do some fluke fishing. I had to take off my line. It was getting pretty old and nasty, hanging out near the highway. But I gotta change my line out, and I was gonna put on some fresh 15-pound Power Pro braid, and figure I'd show you how I go about spooling up a line. I've tried to use stringing machines at bait shops and do it a bunch of different ways over the years, and I found this really simple way to do it that I'd love to share, and I really like the way that my spools come out every time I do it this way. So let's jump right in. So all you really need is your line, your rod, your reel, and a bag. Just some kind of bag that you can put your line into is the biggest thing. This is my fishing bag that I have with me anyway, so just some kind of bag to put something in. You can put a heavy item on top of your new line. And first thing you want to do is put on your backing. Because I'm using braided line, backing is important because if you put braid straight on a spool raw, it can slip. So you put some kind of backing. This is fluorocarbon backing, but you could use monofilament. And I do tie a knot. You can see the knot is kind of pushing out a little bit there. Some people will argue against that and tape it up. The reason why I leave it like that is because I've been spooled before, and it has gone all the way to the knot, and I was able to land the fish that way. So that's why I do it, and usually I can get enough line on there that it doesn't really affect my overall spool. But you want to have backing on there. I believe this is 20 pounds fluorocarbon. And then what you want to do is you want to grab your fresh line, spool that through your guides, come down, and I use a connection knot, which this time is uni to uni. I use a 7-wrap uni to uni. So I'm going from my backing to my new line here, and 7-wrap uni to uni. But if this was, say, 30 pound, 40 or heavier, I would probably do an FG knot, a longer, just so it wraps around the spool and has less of a kink in it. But once I do that, I'll kind of reel my line initially into the spool, get like 1 or 2 wraps around, set my rod down. And this is a very, very important step. Don't mess this up, because I used to mess this up and my spools would come out mad weird. When you take your line out, right, make sure when you're reeling it in, it's going clockwise, right, away from yourself. If it's going inwards, I get really weird wraps. So just make sure it's away from yourself. Now you're going to take your original packaging, making sure the line is away from yourself. Place it back in, close it, still making sure the line is away from yourself, right? Take your bag. Now in this case I've got, a couple bags in here. I got my water. I'm about to go fishing, Arizona for some sugar. Now figure out a way to get that line propped up vertically. Oh no, did I mess up? No, I didn't. I just closed it wrong. So make sure that it is coming out the back end of it too, away from yourself. We all make mistakes, it's okay. Now that your line is kind of sandwiched in between a couple things in there, grab anything kind of heavy. In this case, I've got some gulp here. I'm gonna put that on top of it. I got some party mix and some Haribo gummies. I like sugar. Stuff that in there. Now I'm gonna close up my bag. The whole reason for doing this is so I've got a little bit of resistance, but you don't want to put any items on top of your braided line that will have abrasion, like no rocks or anything, you don't want to mess up your line. And you put the weight so you have a little bit of resistance again. Now step away from your bag, and you want to go vertical, so straight up and down with your rod, right? See how the rod is straight? It's at like a 90 degree with the bag. And you see how I've got a little bit of pull against it? See how when I pull up, there's a little bit of give? on the rod, you want a little bit of bend, just as a little bit of pull. You don't want to spool it on so it's really loosey-goosey. You want a little bit of tightness. Now once you get that exact kind of amount of weight on your line, just reel in. Reel in. Super easy. You see how it's coming on tight? It's coming on real tight. Super smooth wrap. Now with Penn reels, I'd never go to the end. Doesn't matter if I have extra in my new spool of line, doesn't matter. As soon as I get right around that end ring is where I want to stop. I don't want to go outside of that first ring inside of there. So I'm going to go a little bit more. We're getting there. Almost there. I want like a little bit of a lip. If I go outside of that lip, you start to get like wind knots and stuff. It's no bueno. So I think I'm there right now, so I'm gonna stop. And there you go, spooled up line. Cut it there. Then I'll tie up my fluorocarbon leader. Probably gonna do 12 pound today since I'm doing some fluking. But that's it. Super smooth, nice new braided line. I'm good for the season. You can do that any way you choose. That line, I can leave it in the bag and just kind of keep fishing. I don't got to worry about it. And that's how I do it. I like it. I like my wraps so much more than when I used to go. No shame on bait shops. I fully support bait shops. I love bait shops. I'm all about it. But I don't like stringing machines. I like doing it this way, just with a little bit of resistance. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if there's any beginner videos that you want me to go and make this year. I'm actually getting pretty excited to make some. So let me know how I can help you out, and hopefully you enjoyed, and catch you in the next one. Peace.